Okay. Now we can talk. All right. So this is car policy, and we just went to opening day at Padres Stadium. So Petco Park.
Such a fun day.
Such a great day, right? And they were playing the Braves, and it was it was an amazing game because the Braves were leading for most of the game, and then all of a sudden Padres come in and win it towards the end, and they kind of took all the steam away from the Braves. And Petco Park is just such a great stadium for so many reasons, but I love the energy because it's kind of a small city team. You know, that's the only team sport they have, really, and as far as the major leagues. And
would you say it's your favorite stadium across the nation, or is there one that kind of...
Petco's kind of, well, I'm a Dodgers guy, I'm an Angels guy. Well, I support any Southern California team.
For sure.
My favorites.
I know, you're a big Mets guy.
I like Petco. I hate Dodger Stadium though. And I know it's controversial, but it's just so unwelcoming.
Interesting.
Don't you feel that way? I mean, it's nice, it's pretty, it's like sun.
You got the palm trees.
Yeah, but then it sucks trying to walk up that hill to get there.
It is the one stadium that it's the worst to get to.
Unwelcoming.
Sure.
Not a lot of vendor options.
Like, the food options are pretty bad for for the.
It's LA. You'd think it would be. Yeah.
It is like scenic wise quite beautiful, but
Night
I know
games
what
at
you
Dodger
mean.
Stadium though have so much energy.
The energy's insane.
Energy at Dodger Stadium is special.
It's better than Petco in terms of energy, for sure. More wild per se. Maybe Dodgers is like the White Sox of Chicago, and the Cubs
Or like the Padres. Well, Brian went to last year. He went to a playoff game at Dodger Stadium and Petco Park. So you would know what the energy is really like in those stadiums.
Yeah, I would say Petco Park had better energy.
Wow.
Like the game that I went to, it was
a little rougher in like a good way.
Oh man, there's so much good energy. I really like the fans at Padres. At Petco Park, the fans are just really nice.
It's kind of like Padres are the Mets and Dodgers are the Yankees. As far
it's totally like that.
As far as monetarily,
But also, Petco just has phenomenal food. I'm not gonna lie, man. They have the best food. They used to have the best food.
Well, yeah. We went on a big search for the hot dog.
Yeah, we were at the fourth inning or
a
something.
Mexican hot dog.
Yeah,
you gotta try this hot dog. I got this.
I've been talking about this hot dog for ages.
I bought the seats here because it's right around the corner
next to
from the hot dog.
We walked around the entire
on the car drive there. The hot dog.
I talked about the hot dog a lot.
The hot dog. It's not just any old hot dog. It's
the
a special
best hot dog of my life.
It's the best hot dog ever.
Number one of all time.
Yeah.
It was like this Mexican street taco or hot dogs where you get, after a concert, coming out of the Hollywood Bowl or Greek Theater or pretty much anywhere now, and they do the bacon wrapped hot dogs with all the
sauces.
Yeah, it's like that, but it was out of a restaurant.
Yeah, so it
was a higher grade. The buns were great, and so I literally bought the tickets, section 223, so that I could be next to the hot dog place.
That's so funny. But what happened, Brian? What happened? Sad tale.
I walked around and I was like, maybe I got it in the wrong place. Maybe I don't remember where it was. And so I talked to some food and beverage people, and they're like, yeah, they shut down.
That's so sad. I wonder why they shut down.
I don't know, but I'm very sad about it. My hot dog place is gone.
So what takes the...
So then I had to go to Seaside Market, go get Cardiff Crack.
What's that?
It is nachos with brisket on top. It's awesome.
Nachos with brisket on top. I mean, that's hard to beat.
Yeah,
it's hard to
it's
beat.
not as good as I remember it, to be honest.
Yeah,
it wasn't that great, actually.
It was kind of cold, actually.
Yeah, it wasn't that great.
That was unfortunate. How about you when you go to the Met Stadium?
Citi Field?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't go there. I don't live over there, so I don't go there often enough to know. But they were just voted for the third year in a row the best stadium for food. So they get real creative with it because of the New York food scene.
Sure.
And I just saw a food reviewer go through all the new items, and it looks very high end.
Yeah.
And accessible.
I do like how stadiums are starting to go more high end, where you can actually go to the game, you're watching a game, and you're also eating really great food. Like Dodger Stadium, it's just pretty much Dodger dogs. At Angel Stadium, I'd always get Carl's Jr. They have Carl's Jr.'s everywhere in there.
In Detroit, they have Little Caesars Pizza.
Little Caesars.
Which is pretty primo.
That was really good.
Pretty primo.
You want to talk about a contrast?
Yeah.
Like we're talking about the Mets having designer chef inspired food items.
Yeah.
Versus, remember when we were in Oakland last year? I mean,
I don't even remember.
it's like scraping the bottom of the barrel as far as what the offerings were. No offense. I mean, it's just like
Oakland was a little rough.
No.
it's hot dogs, and then they had like all of this prepackaged sauces, wall of sauces, and we're like, all right, I guess I'll try the fried chicken with this, and the fries with that, and the hot dog with that, and that was it.
Well, there's only 50 people. Like, realistically, there's only 50 people
That
in
go
the
together.
stands.
That was the saddest game ever.
It was sad, which was so funny because when we went and met the players before the game, like they were all lovely guys.
Yeah, really
It was a
great.
good vibe, and everyone working there was nice, and
But no one was in the stadium.
no one was in the stadium, but the people that were pretty
We're
stoked.
great people. Yeah, that's the thing is that the last surviving Oakland Athletics fans, they are the most diehard fans there are. And
Sue me, I love the jerseys. I love the colors. I
They're
think
cool. They're retro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
super cool.
But how about you guys? Everyone listening right now, what's your favorite food that you've had at a stadium, and what do you wish there was at the stadium?
That's a great question. What do you?
What would
wish?
you?
Call in now. Call in now,
Yeah.
so we can talk about it.
For me, I'm just gonna go off the dome here. I wish they had raw cookie dough to sell
At stadiums.
at stadiums. I would be all about that. If they have some like cool
Raw.
flavors, like little cups of dessert,
Yeah.
raw cookie dough, I'd be all about it.
Yeah,
A little bit of a weird take,
that's
but
very weird.
I think it'd be popular. I think it'd be very popular. How about you?
What's the question? Like, what's the ideal?
Yeah, what do you wish?
Oh, my wish. It's very simple. Boneless buffalo wings.
Oh, that makes so
That
much
way
sense.
you're not
Brilliant.
getting your hands all messed up.
Little
You got a
fork.
fork. You get your dippings,
Definitely.
your blue cheese and your
Yeah,
ranch or
yeah.
whatever, and your buffalo sliders.
Yeah.
You know, or buffalo fingers, whatever you want to call it.
Listen, man, I feel like I'm going to lose my man card by saying this, but I prefer boneless wings to bone-in wings. I'm sorry, it's just true. I like the convenience of just eating the
That's a
entire
lazy-
thing.
it's
It's
a
a
lazy
lazy
take.
take. It's a
Yeah.
lazy
So many
take, and I might
versions.
regret this.
We're gonna make fun of you for this later.
I'm sorry.
Sorry about this.
Sorry, Dad.
Sorry, Dad.
My bad. But yeah, that's a great take. Boneless chicken wings.
Boneless chicken wings.
How about you, Brian?
Yeah, obviously I want my Mexican hot dogs back. That was the greatest thing ever.
Yeah.
No, I'm all about the barbecue. Just give me barbecue. Give me
Brisket?
pulled pork, brisket, ribs, and wings or whatever. I need barbecue.
Just big plates.
Just big plates of barbecue, and where I can get lost in it. Corn dogs would be great.
Corn dogs?
Oh.
Overrated.
Think so?
Mhm.
Poke bowls.
Poke
Oh,
bowls.
that is a Colin take for sure.
I like that.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to be eating raw fish
No.
from stadiums.
I want a poke bowl with Sapporo and sake.
Oh,
I want the
my
Asian thing.
goodness gracious! I'm so for this.
Right?
Yes.
They should have that, frankly,
It's
like
totally
for,
should.
for like the Dodgers with
Oh.
the rise of
Change my
Ja-
answer.
Japanese players, the popularity across
For
the
sure.
league. They should have them there. They should have them at Wrigley.
And it makes sense too because it's like you bring a finite amount of
Even though it's
fresh
Hawaiian.
fish, but you sell out of it quick.
Yeah.
It is amazing how much food is an important part of stadiums.
It is.
It's not a small thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually so what I always do when I go to a stadium, any stadium, there's always one inning or like in between inning where I'll do a lap around the stadium. I love to just do a lap around whatever section I'm in the twos or the threes or whatever, and I like to get out of my chair and just walk around the stadium, get the whole vibe of the place.
Yeah.
I like to get the feeling of what the stadium is to offer. I like seeing wherever their museum stuff is, or here's our trophies or the the various wall art that they have. I like to wander around, also look at the food places at the same time, and I also like to people watch, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's fun because I get stopped along the way, which is kind of fun. I get stopped by people that are like, I watch your stuff.
That's super cool.
And so it's really fun. So I get to now have these conversations when I walk around the stadium. But I've always thought that when all these stadiums across all these different sports and across the country, they're all different and unique in their own ways.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just about going to the stadium and checking the box, but it's about fully getting to know it and seeing what they have. And I like kind of the it's almost like doing an architecture tour, except
Sure.
it's and so that's why I like the food element of games so much, because you always people that don't necessarily care about baseball,
Yeah.
they enjoy going to the game to be able to participate in the whole circus element. You've got food, you got drink, you got your friends, you got people you're sitting next to that become your friends, like the dude that was sitting next to us at the Padres game, the dude with the long hair.
Yeah.
Really nice guy.
Super
You've been
nice guy.
chatting throughout the rest of the game, and so it's a place to make new friends. And I find by the end of the game, I've only watched like, a percentage of it
Yeah.
because I'm distracted by the food and the friends and conversation and walking around the stadium and looking at everything. And so it's a whole experience. So you can be into baseball, but there's a lot of other nuances and elements. And I'm wondering for everybody else listening, do you guys do that as well? Or do you just go to sit down and watch every single play of the game? Do you guys do that?
Yeah, the old school guys that have the scorecard. Who is it? I think I saw Tom Hanks actually posts photos occasionally of the scorecard where he's going through and marking ball strikes, single, double, error,
Wow.
Fly out, pop out, just like you would if what I do when I was on the little league teams. If I were injured, you'd be the one keeping the score. You'd be like, Colin, what's the score? How many outs? 2 outs. You would be.
Yeah.
Well, not every stadium or little league field had a scoreboard.
Sure.
It's kind of like the Reese's thing or the Oreo thing. No right or wrong way, right? So there's probably endless amounts of different ways to do a major league stadium and have the best time ever.
The guys who wear the obsessive guys that wear
Listening to
the Walkman and
Yeah.
they're listening to the FM or the AM.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Telling me
downstairs.
play by play.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about baseball is that, which is different than I found in the NFL and NBA and others, is that because of the dimensions of the field are not consistent throughout, so that the stadiums get a lot more creative from stadium to stadium. The football field, the basketball court are the same dimensions. Baseball,
Yeah, you can have a further out outfield.
yeah, and so
Which is wild to me.
So then if you're like,
It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
really shouldn't be.
if you're in Anaheim, you're like, let me put a rock formation with waterfalls. And like, okay, if you're in Wrigley, let's put a mini wiffle ball stadium or something.
Yeah.
Isn't that Wrigley? It's somewhere.
Well,
You've been to so many stadiums.
Petco Park does the whole they have the
That's
whole
what it
big
is.
park in the back,
Yeah.
where people are just sat out there on the grass.
I feel like the
Oh,
Reds have
thousands
something
of people.
similar as well, don't they?
Yeah.
I forget.
That was one of the best stadiums.
Reds blew my mind. It was beautiful.
That's the stadium that
It was
most
very
people tell me
unexpected.
that they want to meet up is
Yeah.
that there.
Um,
You love Pirates.
Well, I mean, Pittsburgh it's just so scenic. It's so cool, so
The
beautiful.
best view.
Very small, but just industrial and
That
great.
beautiful bridge in the background.
And you have something like the AT&T Park,
Yep.
giant stadium
San
with
Francisco.
the water. People are boating behind
It's
it.
incredible.
So, if you guys could put a stadium anywhere in the world, where would you put that stadium?
Portland.
Portland.
What?
Right, Portland. Cool.
Yeah. You mean a baseball stadium?
Yeah, man. Like, where would you put it specifically in Portland? Where are you popping it?
I'll put it right at the waterfront. I would clean out the waterfront. The waterfront needs to be cleaned out so bad, and to turn that place into a beautiful I would put a stadium right smack dab in Waterfront Park in Portland, right on the Willamette River. Beautiful view,
Nice.
making it gentrifying, really making the nice, bringing a lot of money in, bringing a lot of better restaurants, and bars, and pubs, and the whole 9 yards. I think it would be phenomenal. I always wanted Portland to have a baseball team. It never, ever will. But that's where I don't want to have it. Whatever team that was, that would be the team I'd support.
What would you call it? If I'm putting you on the spot for a
Portland
name, Portland team for baseball.
A lot of non-politically correct things just off my head. So
What's I don't know. It's a very green state. So
It is a very green state.
I don't know, man.
Make it like an evergreen,
It'd be a
what's
play
the most
on.
popular tree? And then the stadium. I mean, the uniforms are like dark green color.
The Redwoods,
Cedar.
Cedar,
Portland Cedars.
Portland
Something like that.
Cedars.
Yeah.
I like it.
I mean, you do have the soccer team there is called the MLS team is the
Timberwolves,
Portland Timbers.
Timbers. That's right.
That's cool. And those are rabid fans.
Yeah, they are. How would you call them? Where would you put your stadium?
I just keep thinking, keeps popping in my head is it just needs to be on an ocean.
Yeah, it has to be.
Like building it literally on the
Wait.
ocean. No, I'm just kidding. But like on a coast where the outfield opens up, from home plate opens up onto the water. I mean, that might be super.
No, that's actually kind of cool. I mean, that's kind of like if we had a stadium in Huntington Beach.
Epic.
Yeah, but San Francisco kind of does that, right? I mean, they have right field is the bay, right? Isn't
Yeah.
it the bay?
But it's not really ocean in the way that
Yeah.
this is ocean.
Something like vast, like
So,
an oceanscape.
Hawaii? Is that
Yeah.
what you're thinking? Like,
Yeah, maybe Hawaii.
Hawaii.
that'd be crazy if Hawaii had a baseball team.
Down
Logistically,
on
that'd
the
be
North
pretty
Shore
hard.
by May.
Insane. So you'd have like 3 months home game, 3 months
Yeah.
traveling. Like,
It'd be
how
hard
do you make that
to
work?
schedule.
It would be.
hard. Because it's like you can't have a game going on in Miami and then you have to fly to Hawaii. You
Yeah.
have. I mean, everyone has a travel day, especially if you're not in the same region. But that's like that kind of requires 2 travel days. You got to acclimate and the jet lag and all that.
Dude,
Ocean
That's 12 hours
yeah.
in a plane.
Can you imagine a World Series in Hawaii though? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean they fly to London already.
Well, that's fine. See, the answer for me would
But
have
only
been
once.
Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But then-
if you had asked me this before the A's
2
were
years ago.
moving,
Yeah.
I would have easily, the answer would have been Las Vegas.
For sure.
I think that Vegas should be the location for like every major finals of every sport.
Interesting. Why?
It's the entertainment city. I think that Vegas should be built out more. I think more money should go into Vegas to turn it truly into the entertainment capital, like more than it already is. But you have F1 there, you have UFC there, you now have the Raiders there, you have the A's there. Like, I think every Super Bowl should be in Las Vegas. You have all these hotels, endless amounts of hotels. You can absorb so many more people, so many tourists. Like if you really built out Vegas, and made it truly the entertainment capital, where you knew that everything that was happening in the world that mattered for entertainment, the Sphere is now there for concerts, right? Build out the airport. I think Vegas could become something far better than it already is.
That's fair. That's a fair.
I like the variety. I like to see how different cities attack that issue every year.
Yeah. But I'm so happy
How-
the A's are going to. I'm sorry, people in Oakland. We've already said about how many few people there were at the stadium, but I can't wait for the A's to be in Oakland because first off, you have like
Vegas.
Canseco in Vegas. You have Canseco already living there, and so there's this kind of A's just are like made for Vegas. But it's such a cool thing that anybody that's going into Vegas to play games or whatever they're there for can go catch a baseball game.
Yeah.
I love that I can be in Vegas for whatever reason. There's endless kinds of conventions there or whatever else. I can just pop over to where the Tropicana used to be and go see a baseball game. I love it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, gotta be honest, I'm not a big Vegas guy. Not
Same.
a big Vegas guy.
Same.
I think it's an overrated city.
Palm Springs.
But Palm Springs, 100%.
That'd be a great place
Oh,
for
that'd be
it.
so cool. Palm Springs.
Springs.
A little bit harder to get to, but
It's hard to get to, man.
but it's such a cool place.
No, Palm
But
Springs
would
is
that-
better than Vegas.
But
But
would
it's,
it ruin Palm Springs if you have a baseball team there? Like, it's so chill.
well, they have a farm
Hockey
team
team.
there. They have a hockey team and they have a
Minor
minor
league.
league
That's for
team.
true.
And I've gone to a few games there, and I've had the best time ever, man. I love minor league in Palm Springs.
That'd be pretty cool.
But anyways, everyone.
Well, yeah. So we were trying to experiment to see if we could make these podcasts shorter.
And we've gotten some good feedback.
Yeah. So what were we at, Brian? You got your timer.
We
there,
are at
actually.
17 minutes.
Oh,
So
that's pretty good.
thank you for everyone for watching. Let us know what stadiums you want, what city you would put your stadium in, and what food you would have at the stadiums. And what is your stadium? What do you guys do? Do you watch the whole game or do you talk to people and eat food?
What's your stadium behavior?
Stadiumbehavior.com.
Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Cubs Cats.